All right, guys. Happy Monday. It is Monday, May 2nd, and this is Melanie Mitro. I am the 2015 top coach, 2014 top coach, and I am the creator of the Dream Team, and I host these Monday night team calls, and you get the joy of listening to my voice this evening, and we're starting a new series this month. So we are starting a 4-week series on running effective challenge groups, everything that you need to know about running successful challenge groups. And tonight is the kickoff call. I'm going to kind of launch it. And then we're going to hear from other coaches on our team that run effective challenge groups this month. And everybody's going to give their spin for how they keep customers engaged, how they keep the interaction going, how they help their customers, give them some of their different spins of things that they do. And then we're going to talk about at the end of the month, turning customers into coaches. So, at the core of what we do in our Beachbody business is run challenge groups. That is our mission with Beachbody, is to help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. And that is exactly what we're going to focus on this month, because it is so absolutely of the utmost importance that we know how to master this skill first and foremost. I'm going to get a little more into that. I'll talk about that later. So let's just take a few seconds. Let's go through some announcements. I don't know about you, but I'm really glad that April is over. I am looking forward to May, because April was definitely a challenge for many of you. I felt like, I was like, come on guys, we can do this, we can do it, right? We were definitely having a slow run out of the gate. It definitely took a little more effort, a lot more inviting, a lot more consistency, a lot more posts to get the same results. For whatever reason, it was just a more difficult month. But I'm really proud of you, because there was a lot of you that just said, you know what, I'm not going to give up. I loved how you guys helped each other out. You gave each other suggestions for ways to get customers to commit and pull through at the last minute, how to handle objections. And I appreciate those of you that were helping one another out, that were lifting each other up. And that's really what I love about our team, is that we sort of band together when the road gets a little tough, and we help each other. So the one thing I posted this in my personally sponsored team page, and I want to share it with the whole team, is this. Whenever you go into each month, you have to have a game plan. You have to have a game plan for the month. You have to know what it is that you're going to do, what's going to be your focus. And even if this is your very first team call, like you're a brand new coach, you just started Coach University today, you still have to set goals. You still have to make a focus for yourself. So the number one thing that I want everybody to do right now is I want you to take a screenshot of this, and then your assignment is to do what's on here. To actually sit down and say to yourself, okay, what is my challenge group start date going to be for the month of May? Am I going to run one challenge group? Am I going to run two? Is this my first time being a part of a challenge group myself? So I think I will invite to my coaches challenge group, find out when that's going to start, right? So you're going to set your start date. And it's not a matter of if I get people, I will start a challenge group. It is, okay, my job as a Beachbody coach is to run a challenge group. I'm going to pick a date. I am going to make the date 2 to 3 weeks from today, and I'm going to run an effective challenge group. Share the date, create, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Then for May, let's just get back to the basics, guys. We tend to overcomplicate things. We get distracted by shiny objects. We see this person over here starting a blog, and we see this person over here doing Instagram, and this person over here is doing Facebook Live videos and broadcasting, and we're like a squirrel, and we're just chasing different nuts on different trees, trying to figure out where we should be. Get back to the basics. Print out your business activity tracker, which I have mine right in front of me, and now I don't know what I did with it. But print out your business activity tracker. Go to the Coach Online office or create your own, get your binder, print it out, and then say to yourself, okay, I'm going to invite people daily. I'm going to add at least 3 to 5 new contacts to my Facebook friends list, or I'm going to find 3 to 5 new people I'm going to follow on Instagram that I'm going to develop relationships with, or I'm going to go and I'm going to physically talk to 3 to 5 new people every single day. But find a way to constantly be expanding yourself. Post 3 to 5 times a day. Don't just do it to do it, right? Actually put some thought into it. Create a posting schedule for yourself. Maybe you sit down with a sheet of paper and you say, you know what? My focus for May is to run, a summer slim down challenge group or a Memorial Day shape up. And so my challenge group is going to be all about preparing for summer. What are some of the things that happen? We go on vacations. We're preparing for a special event. Okay, what are some of the ways that you can trim down fast? What are things you can cut out of your diet? What are ways you can up the intensity? Maybe you every day are going to share a tip that's going to be a freebie, just free information that you're giving to people. And maybe you say, okay, Monday I'm going to post about this, this, and this. Tuesday, this, and this. Wednesday, and you sort of plan it out. Maybe you're not getting a lot of traction on your post. So maybe your goal for yourself is to increase the number of likes by 5 likes by average. Instead of getting 1 like per post, maybe you're now going to try to get 10. But give yourself a focus like this. Say, this is what I'm focusing on for the month. You should also be reading personal development every single day. If you're a brand new coach, you guys should all be investing in the compound effect. It's Amazon, you can get it. It's not very expensive. If you have Amazon Prime, it'll come to you tomorrow or the next day, right? But this is all about mindset. And as Beachbody coaches, most often the thing that holds us back the most is this. It's what's inside of our own head. We get inside of our own head, we get inside of our brains, and we tell ourselves that we're not going to be successful, that it's not happening fast enough, or that we're not growing as fast as the person next to us. Remember, when you start to get in those moments of self-doubt, or I don't know if I'm good enough, or I don't know if I can build this business, you got to read. But you don't just read and just surface level, I check it off the box, I read, but I want you to absorb it. And then I want you to apply it. These are things you can share in your challenge group, things you can share with your kids, with your spouse, in your other full-time job if you have one. It's so important that you invest in reading. You've read The Compound Effect. Have you read How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business? This is a great book for those of you that are brand new. But again, don't just skim it. Understand it. Read it. Take it all in. Personal development is the one thing that is the game changer for your mindset. Be a product of the product. If you're struggling in your business, if you aren't hitting Success Club, stop. Stop yourself. Stop trying to promote a challenge group and look at yourself and say, am I a product of the product? Have I done a program from beginning to end? Do I drink Shakeology daily? Am I getting results? Because more often than not, the coaches that are struggling with confidence or inviting or running challenge groups, sometimes this is the case where you're maybe not actually feeling confident about your own skin and your own body because you can't seem to overcome the emotional eating or the nutrition. You keep falling off the wagon. And when you're a product of the product, you're a better coach. You're more likely to invite people. You're more likely to take selfies and post videos and do pictures. So focus on yourself. That actually should probably be at the top. That should actually be number one. Focus on yourself, because above all else, this is where you have to make your number one focus. So, maybe you say, okay, for the month of May, I'm focusing on me. I'm just going to post about my journey. I'm just going to share my meal plan. I'm going to take my pictures. I'm going to commit to the 21-day fix. I am going to show people that I can stick to this, that I can lead by example, right? All right. Drinking Shakeology every single day. You're not on HD of supplements. You're on HD of Shakeology, because that is what is going to keep you healthy. That is our product that we promote. And it's really, really hard to speak about something that you yourself can't share how it's making you feel. You can't share how, it is affecting your workouts and how it's keeping you healthy and making your hair grow and your nails faster. And it's helping you curb the cravings and the sweets. Definitely something you guys want to aim for. Then if you feel really good about those things, set a goal, guys. Hit Success Club by the 15th. So we don't have to worry about it and stress at the end of the month. Because those of you that are at the point where you're like, I really want to start building a team, but you can't ever get to the point where you're recruiting coaches because you're waiting until the last couple of hours of the month and you're trying to get Success Club points. So if you set your challenge group start date at the beginning of the month, and get those points out of the way and get to Success Club 5, you can focus on getting people the best results. You can focus on transitioning your customers to coaches. You can focus on making some posts about the business, and you can begin to grow your organization. But if you're always just trying to catch up and just get by, you're gonna have a really hard time making that transition. So set a goal, Success Club by the 15th, so you don't have to worry about it. And then this month, if you are at the point adding 2 new coaches to your business, every single month you should aim to hit Success Club. You should aim to add at least 1 to 2 new coaches. You know, 5 years ago when I started the business, in order to achieve Success Club, you had to at least one of your Success Club points every month had to come from a new coach. It had to come from a new coach. And I loved it because it really helped me to focus on that part of my business. So make it a point to transition people every single month into that business role. All right? Okay. So May Focus, maybe you make your own May Focus. Maybe you share this on your wall. Maybe you share this on your personal page. You know, maybe you share this one with your team or your sponsor. But do this, guys. Do this. Set a focus for yourself. Commit to it. Set your goals, and let's get to work. All right. So what's going to make it a little bit easier this month, guys? May Challenge Packs. Insanity Max 30, and the Shakeology Challenge Pack is $140 instead of $160. So, or $140 instead of $180. So it's twice the price drop. So it's really cheap this month. Insanity Max 30 Kickstart. So the Kickstart includes Shakeology and a 3-day refresh. And the Max 30 is $180 versus whatever it is, $210 or whatever. Size and Shakeology Challenge Pack is $140. And then the Size Kickstart is $180. So we've got Insanity Max 30 and Size. Those are the promotions of the month, guys. Love Max 30. Size is a great workout. You know, if you like to dance, people that don't like to do like anything that feels like they're actually working out, Size is like a dance party, a hip hop party in your living room, right? So you can talk about this. What should you not do? You should not take a picture of this and post it on your wall and tell people what the sales are. You should not post the link to these on your Facebook wall. You should, when you're talking to people and they're interested in one of these 2 programs or you suggest them, you can then say, oh, that's perfect because that's one of the sales this month. It's on sale and it's like 2 times the, less than the price that it normally is. All right. But you only want to recommend this for people that it would be good for. Okay. Up next, Success Club news and recognition. So guys, Success Club 10 or higher in April and May. So if you hit Success Club 10 or higher last month, you want to duplicate that again this month, because what's going to happen is they have that whole point system where you can move up the line to register for the Success Club trip in 2018. So if you get 20 Success Club points, Beachbody is going to actually match that and give you 40, which is going to adjust you where you are when it comes to the registration of the Success Club trip. So next January, when we go to register, that will be the case. So if you're, you know the importance of events, you know how important it is to be there. So make that a priority to just make this month your personal best. So if you've hit Success Club 5 in the past, make it 10. If you've always hit 10, make it 12, right? So just set that bar a little bit higher. And you know what ends up happening? You help more people, you get more people results. Alrighty, Summit is coming. It will be here before we know it. So Summit is the last week of July. And I know that a lot of our team is gonna be there. I think we probably are gonna have close to, I don't know, would you say 500 coaches from our team will be there? I'm excited to see. I know we have quite a few in the Facebook group already. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, you need to ask your sponsor coach to add you in there. But we have our own private Dream Team organization group. We're doing a meet and greet on Thursday at Tequila Cowboys. I will be giving tickets out. So just kind of watch for that in that group. I will have a registration. You'll have to print out your ticket. You'll have to bring it at the door in order to get in. We will have a couple of drink tickets there, but it's going to be sort of our opportunity to get together and spend time with one another, because there's like 25,000 people at Summit. So once that Thursday meet and greet is over, there's a good chance we won't really all be at the same place in the same time, except for Saturday night. I do want to try to get another big team picture like we did last year on stage at the end of the evening. All right. So that will be Thursday the 28th. If you can make it a priority to get in on time and be there for Thursday, we would love to meet you guys and see you. But it is just for our team only. It is not for any other organization. So you have to be a part of our team to get in. Okay, top recruiters of the week. Guys, we had some pretty impressive numbers this week. Congrats, Yolanda Russell with 6 new coaches. This past week, Alicia Wright, Allison Apple, Brooke, Hillary, Jennifer, and Kayla all recruited 4 coaches in the last week. So congrats, guys. That's really impressive. Awesome job. And then it's a new month, but it's pretty impressive that Krista Meyer is already at 8 Success Club points for the month of May. Brooke Benson and Heather already have 6 Success Club points for May. So they clearly have the game spelled out. They know, get it out of the way at the beginning of the month. Everything else is icing on the cake, right? So pretty impressive stuff. So I am done with my announcements. I am going to jump right into our discussion topic for tonight, and we're talking about running effective challenge groups. How many of you are struggling to run effective challenge groups, keep your customers engaged, and actually have success stories that come out of your challenge groups at the end? So how many of you feel like this is a topic that you really could use some extra guidance on? Yes. Half the time actually is not that bad at all. You would be surprised. You know, you'll find it's sort of like, you know, people commit to a challenge pack. How crazy is it that people buy challenge packs and then they never start it, or they, you know, back out, or they do a week and then they don't complete it. So unfortunately it happens, but we want to do everything in our power as the sponsoring coach to help give them the best experience possible. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So at the end, I'm going to open it up for questions. So if you have questions along the way, save them. I will let you post them in the comments, and I'll take some questions there at the end. So challenge groups, guys, are your funnel for coaches. So when we talk about you know, finding coaches for our team, that comes from running effective challenge groups. You know, yes, I do have coaches on my team that did not find me for weight loss. They came in for the business, and that evolved. But for me, getting going, it really was the people in my challenge groups became my coaches. And then the people that they were watching me, they saw that it was a business opportunity. They were passionate about the results that they got, and they were motivated to do it too. So think about it that way. If you are struggling in the coaching aspect and building a team, you may not be bringing enough people in to your challenge groups and helping them get results so that they can make that transition. So this is where we want to start. So here's the scoop. The first thing you guys need to do when you're running effective challenge groups is this: pick a date. Pick a start date for your challenge group. So at the beginning of the month, right? So last week I spent some time going through making my calendar, and I know that especially for May, I don't want to wait until the end of the month to run a challenge group. Number one, May is Memorial Day, like big Memorial Day on the 30th. People are not going to want to start a challenge group on the 23rd. They're already in vacation mode. They're in picnic mode. They're in the last week of school and graduation, and, you know, depending on where you are in life right now, right? People don't want to commit. So start it earlier in the month. My challenge group is going to start on the 16th, because at least they can get 2 weeks in. I know that I can talk about handling the weekends and traveling and barbecues and how to handle the summer drinks. And I can talk about that stuff and prep people for that holiday weekend. I can get 2 weeks under my belt. So pick a start date, right? You always want to give yourself, so if say you're sitting here tonight and you're going, I haven't set a start date yet. It needs to be 2 weeks away from today. So that would land you on the 16th. You always want to start it on a Monday. That's usually the best day. It's like fresh start. Everybody always wants to start a challenge group on a Monday. And then you want to decide, how long is the challenge group going to be? 30 days, 6 weeks, 60 days, 90 days, 21 days. I include preseason, so my challenge groups are 37 days long. So it starts in their 4 weeks, so 4 consecutive weeks, actually 5 when you add in the preseason. So you want to pick your start date, start it on a Monday, and then pick a theme. So what's your challenge group gonna be about? So don't just call it, I'm starting a challenge group on, you know, May 16th. Give it a name. I did mine this month on Summer Strong. It's all about getting strong for the summer. I've got my Memorial Day shape up. So we are focused on getting in shape for Memorial Day, shedding those last few pounds, how to handle emotional eating and late night snacking, and, you know, going out to restaurants. And I actually picked the theme, bullet pointed out the things that I am going to go over in the challenge groups, right, on a piece of paper, so I knew what my focus was. Then set your requirements. Are you going to make it a general challenge group, or are you going to make it, general as in, okay, you can pick any of the Beachbody fitness programs. Everybody has to do Shakeology. We're going to do a 30-day group, right? Maybe your requirements are Shakeology is the only requirement. You can run, you can walk, you can cycle, you can do Pilates or yoga. You don't have to do a Beachbody program, but the one consistent thing is everybody has to commit to Shakeology. Maybe you're not going to make Shakeology a requirement. Maybe it's just going to be a group where they just need to make you their coach, and you know that you're probably not going to make any commissions in that first month. Maybe just a few people that buy the product, and not Shakeology. And maybe this is just your way of getting started and getting your feet wet with your first challenge group, right? So pick a theme, set the requirements. I will tell you that especially right now, I don't run groups longer than 30 days. If somebody picks Max 30 as their fitness program, they're going to go from one challenge group to the next. So they're just going to do 2 separate groups. I find that it's hard to keep people engaged for 60 or 90 days. So I shorten it. I make it 30 days. If it's a really great challenge group, you can extend it. You can say, okay, guys, let's go one more week. Let's see how it goes. Let's go one more week. But it doesn't, you're not pigeonholed into having to do 60 days. And I think that is really important. And I'm sure, so how many of you how long are you guys running your challenge groups? Let's just kind of take a poll and see, how long are you guys running your challenge groups for right now? Look, I can actually add a question. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I just wanted to play with this. I just want to see if this works because this is kind of fun. Ooh, let's see what it says. I wonder if this works. It's kind of cool. Did you guys see that? Did it pop up for you? 30 days, but I have full 8 weeks, 37, 5 weeks preseason. Good, good. I really feel like, people really do 21 days, 30 days. That really is the best. So including the preseason. Yes. So there you go. You guys can kind of see how that kind of works out. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Alrighty. So the next thing, once you've got your challenge group start date, you know what your requirements are, you've got your banner made, right? Now you can go out, you can post about your challenge group, and you can start inviting. And it's important that you invite. And you don't just invite once in a while. You don't just invite when it's convenient. You do it every single day. This is the biggest part of our business, is doing the invites, but developing relationships with people, getting to know people, making sure that you know their why, you're asking questions, you're making recommendations for that person based on their fitness goals and their ability levels. And you're really, really opening up and being a good listener. I swear sometimes we're part psychologists, right? We are. And that is a part of our job, is to really listen to what people's problems are, to where people struggle in their health and fitness, and then making a recommendation based on what they say. A lot of times we have our own agenda. I see coaches that they just want the sale. They just want the 2 points. They just want to hit Success Club, and be consistent with it. But they forget that it's a human on the other side of the computer screen, and this person is struggling. And if you stop and just ask questions and interview the person, you can hook them up with the right fitness program to meet their needs, and they're going to succeed because they're going to know that you're just as invested as they are in it, right? And that you believe in them almost always more than they believe in themselves. All right. So you've got to invite. Remember your probability. 1 to 2 out of every 10 is going to say yes. So you need to do a lot of inviting. You got to follow up. Then you got to enroll people. You got to give them the link to the challenge pack. You have to require them to buy the fitness program and the Shakeology. You lead with the challenge pack. You just don't give another option. I read too many scripts of people that are like, this is what's required for the group. The, the challenge packs comes with the fitness program, the nutrition guide, the program, or the food storage containers, 30 days of Shakeology. But if you don't want this, you can just get the program. If you don't want, so you're like shooting yourself in the foot. Don't even give people the option. This is what's required. This is what's going to get you the best results. This is, this is what you're getting. And in return, when you buy this program, this challenge pack, this is what you're going to get from me. And you spell it out there. All right. Then only add people to the challenge group when you see the order go through. So don't take people's word for it that they ordered the challenge pack. Go to your Coach Online office, go to the My Business tab, go to customer orders, and look to see that it shows up. If they say they ordered it and it doesn't show up, get their order number, get their email that they used, and then contact Coach Relations through the chat button and figure out where their challenge pack is and why it hasn't gone through yet, or why you're not seeing it, to make sure there wasn't a mistake. All right. So that's sort of where you are at the beginning. Now, the next thing we need to do is, running effective challenge groups, you have to have a plan. When you go in, the one thing that I do is I have a prep week that starts the week before a challenge group starts. So say my challenge group is going to start on the 16th. That is going to be prep week. But I find that people don't quite understand what prep week is. So I actually have to explain it. So on Sunday night, even though my challenge group started today with the preseason, I went in last night and I actually posted this yesterday. So this is what I did yesterday morning. I said, I'm excited to kick off my prep week starting with you tomorrow. This is the prep. It is the week before we actually start the workouts. We set goals. I tell them what they're going to learn this week. I talk about meal planning, about pictures and measurements, everything we need to get set up for our first day of workouts on the 9th. And I spell it out. I give them an image. I made this on Canva. I tell them that prep week is the week to get your head in the game. This is for the Memorial Day Shape Up. And then I gave them an assignment. I want them to introduce themselves to the group. What's your name? What's your program of choice? What flavor of Shakeology are you drinking? Who is your coach? Because sometimes I have other people in my groups. My coaches' customers are in there too. What is your goals for this group? What do you foresee as your biggest obstacle in the next 30 days? So I posted this yesterday, and then I have people commenting. I want to get to know people ahead of time. And I even talk to them about, hey, maybe you'll find somebody in this group that you can relate to, that you can hook up with, that can be your accountability partner. Somebody you can text or call or, just message through Facebook that can kind of be your virtual friend, right? So I want to get to know people. I really do. And plus, this helps me kind of understand, okay, maybe I need to spend a little more time on this topic or on this. And meal planning is always the number one thing people struggle with. But look, this post lays it out. I don't want people to say, am I supposed to be working out tomorrow? Okay, what are we supposed to do? This tells them the day before exactly what they need to be doing. So ask yourself, do you fly by the seat of your pants? Do you say, okay, I think I'll start a challenge group tomorrow? And you create a group, you add all these people in there, and then you don't show up. And that's the biggest thing. You want to make sure that you're consistent with providing that information. All right. So the next thing you want to do is, so today started my preseason. So today started day one of my plan and prep. And so what I do on the very first day is I welcome everybody to the group, and I'll just actually go to this next slide. And I know my video didn't show up very well this morning. Did anybody else that does videos in their group notice that the videos, when you uploaded them today to Facebook groups, were weird? It was just kind of wonky today. But anyways, this is my preseason. And I label it preseason day one. Today starts your preseason. This means that for the next week, we're going to be gathering information. Of course, people missed yesterday's post, so that's why I posted it again today. But I talk about, I'm going to be giving you the lowdown of what's expected, how we will stay in contact. I talk about, you invested your money in your fitness program. This is what you can expect. I have a commitment letter. I want them to download this commitment letter. I want them to print it out and sign it, or take a picture of it, or whatever. But I want them to know that this is serious. This isn't just something that you just maybe sort of kind of participate in. Like, I want you to participate. If you're going to buy a challenge pack, my goal is to help you start and finish the program. I want them to sign a commitment letter. Then I want them to watch this video explaining what they can expect to get over the next 6 weeks. Of course, mine's only 4 weeks, so that's why it's going to be a little bit different. But then I give them a goal and why document. You can make this on Google, on Google Forms. You can make it just a piece of paper that, or a Word document that they fill out, they download, they copy and paste. But have them set goals. And I break it down and I'm like, you know, what is your why for doing this challenge group? Ask people, like, what's the emotional reason that made you pull the trigger? Do you feel awful in your skin? Do you hate getting dressed in the morning? Are you still wearing maternity clothes a year after your baby was born? You know, do you hide, you know, when, you know, from going outside in public in your bathing suit? Like, do you refuse to do it? So you want to get to people's deep-rooted reason. Then ask them, what do they want to accomplish in just the first week? Because too often we set these big goals, like I want to lose 100 pounds, right? 100 pounds is going to take you longer than 30 days. But that is also a very big elephant. So how do you lose 100 pounds? It's 1 pound at a time. That's what you have to focus on. One bad behavior changed over time. So teach your challengers that mentality, like we teach you in this business. Teach people how to say, okay, what do I need to do just this week? Just this week. Okay, my only focus is going to be working out and following the schedule. Everything else is going to have to just be mediocre. Then in week 2, maybe you set another goal for them for week 2. Okay, now this week, we're going to repeat. We're going to do all the workouts, and now we're going to follow the portion containers, right? Now we're going to track our food. Now we're going to start keeping a food journal. But get them to set goals that are not always just focused on weight and measurements, but are also focused on other non-scale things that are going to make them feel good about themselves too. Giving up sugar, cutting the diet soda, cutting the creamer and sugar in coffee and teas, right? So those are some of the things. Getting a cheat meal down to once a week and not every other day or once a day. Those are goals. And then ask them, what would they like to accomplish in the next 4 weeks? At the end of the 4 weeks, they would be happy if they accomplished this. And then print that out. This is something that you guys can print out. You can make a binder, get a 3-ring binder, print all this stuff out, keep it in a binder that you can go back and you can refer to. So when your challengers get a little silent and you go to send them a personal message, you can flip to your binder, you can flip to Sally's paper, and you can say, okay, this is what Sally's goals were. Let me send her a message. Hey, Sally, I haven't seen you check in the group, but all this week, I know how much you really want to fit into your dress for the wedding that you're going to be going to in June. How are you going? How are you doing? Like, honestly, is everything okay? Is anything sort of tripping you up? Right? So feel free to, Sally, yes, Sally just popped into my head. So anyways, you know, so think about it that way. Like, you use those goals and that why so that you can keep track of your customers. You can hold them accountable. Something else that I do, or that I did when the 21 Day Fix was launched, and I would totally do this every single month because I think it's so helpful, is do a kickoff call. Do a meal planning call with your challengers. We have this amazing feature called Zoom, and you can sign up for a Zoom account for free. You can host a webinar with, I think, up to 7 people for free for 45 minutes, and you walk them through the meal plan. You get out the guide and you talk to them about how to determine what bracket they're in, how to do a meal plan. Maybe you walk them through your food choices and how you prep for the week. Maybe you do a weekly meeting where every week you have a different topic, and I call it like the Weight Watchers meeting, where you get together and every week you have a topic. Maybe next week is emotional eating and late night snacking. Maybe the week after that is, okay, what are some great tips for traveling this summer? And you kind of give a little presentation and then you open it up for discussion. So those are things that you guys can do. You can do a kickoff call. You can tell them, like, this is what I expect from you in the group. This is what you're going to get from me in the group. So these are ways that you can enhance your challenge group, make it more professional, give it that competitive edge and spin that maybe other people do not have. All right, we talked a little bit about that post. Here we go. Now, it's time to start getting yourself ready, because once the challenge group starts, so for example, I go in and I schedule my challenge group posts. I use my challenge group guide that's created that everybody has access to. Everybody's got access to all of the challenge group guides that we have as a team. But what I do is I'm consistent. So I want my customers to always know when they're going to hear from me. So I have my posts scheduled through Sendable, and I know there's other ones too, right? There's Hootsuite, there's Sendable. What else is there? There's another one. I can't think of what the name of it is right now. Somebody's going to tell me in the chat bar. I just know it. But I'm consistent with my daily posting. So 6:30 a.m. every day, my post goes off. I spend Sundays scheduling the next buffer. That's it. Thank you guys. Woohoo! But I spend, some time on the weekends setting up my posts. And then what I do is I always make sure that my post is pinned to the top. So every morning when I wake up, I do my workout, I get my shower, I sit down to my computer, and I go in, I check into my challenge group, I unpin yesterday's post, pin the new one to the top. Then I go down through and I comment on every single person's stuff. I don't just like, but I comment. I try to engage. Yes, there are times that maybe I don't comment all of it, but I really, really try. And I try not to just say great job or awesome, but I try to say great job and then compliment or give them a suggestion. Or if somebody's struggling, I don't just say, I'm so sorry you're having a hard time, or I don't ignore it. I give them feedback. I give them encouragement. I tell people it is a safe environment to share their struggles. I don't beat people down if they make a bad choice. I tell them it's okay. It could have been worse. That's your cheat meal for the week. At least, now you feel like crap. Now you don't want to feel like that again. So tomorrow you're gonna feel better. You're gonna wake up, you're gonna get going, you're gonna remember how bad that food made you feel, and we're gonna keep going on the right path. So, think about it this way. If you took psychology classes in college or high school, Pavlov's dogs, they're conditioned to a response. If you do not comment on your customers' posts, what message are you sending? You're sending the message that you don't care if they check in or not. They're not important. But when you give positive reinforcement by commenting and liking and engaging, that reinforces the behavior. People want your praise. You are the leader, so they want you to notice them. Make sure you take a second and time every day to check into the group. Always comment on every single person's stuff. Then if you want to even say like, hey guys, I work a full-time job, you can expect to hear from me in the morning between 12 and 12:30 and at 9 o'clock at night. Feel free to do that. You can put that as part of your launch post, as part of like, welcome to the group. This is what you can expect. This is what you can expect from me. If you have questions, these are the times of days that I'm going to be here and engaged. You can do that. That's perfectly fine. The other piece is participate like you would want your challengers to. If you ask your challengers to post pictures of their water, you better be posting pictures of your water too. If you want your challengers to rate their day, you should be rating your day. If you want them to do a sweaty selfie, there you go. You should be doing a sweaty selfie. So you are participating just like you would have them do. Also, I have my customers rate their day. You don't have to do this, but I like for them to give an accountability post before they go to bed at night. How'd you do? How do you feel like you did on your workout? On a scale of 1 to 5, did you rock your workout? You knocked it out of the park? Or 1, do you feel like you were slacking? You could have done better, and give a little feedback. Same thing with your food. Did you rock it? Give yourself a 5. If you really fell off the wagon, had way too many treats, give yourself a 1, right? But somewhere in between. Shakeology, yes or no? Did you drink your water? You can sort of make up anything that you want it to be. So I have them rate their day. Last, on Sunday, every single Sunday, I share my meal plan and I encourage them to share it too. This is really important. 80% of the success of our challengers comes from what they eat. And we as the leader have to show people how to do this. And we have to share what it is that we're eating and how we are making the plan for each week. So every morning I sit down and I make a meal plan. Here's my meal plan for the week, right? I share it, I post it in the group, I talk about it, I give them some suggestions, I share recipes, and this is how I get them to share their meal plans. And you can call people out. You can send people messages. You can tag them. Hey, I don't see your meal plan yet. But this gets people in the habit of making a plan, of being cognizant about, hey, I've got to take a couple extra minutes and make sure I am prepared for the week ahead. So number one, are you doing the things you expect your challengers to do? Are you leading by example? Number two, are you clearly communicating the expectations? And then are you coming forth with energy? I think a lot of times we just go through the motions of running a challenge group because some of you have been doing it for so long that it's like copy, paste, check in, good job, peace out. And we lose that flair. When you're not in tune with what's going on with your challengers, it just becomes another thing that you have to do. This is the bread and butter of your business. If your challengers are struggling, you got to figure out what it is that you can do to motivate them. And sometimes you just have to ask them, hey guys, what's going on? Why are we falling apart? Send them private messages. So I'm going to get into that a little bit more. But here's a post. This is an example of a post. And Courtney, I'm using yours tonight, right? So she talks in here about being on week 3 of 22-minute hardcore. She talked about how horrible her eating was. She talked about that she was embarrassed, right? But look what everybody did. We lifted her up. I thanked her in big, bold letters for being honest and sharing that, because it's true. We all have moments where we fall backwards. But you have to realize that you're not failing. You've realized that food really does matter when it comes to what you're eating. And I encouraged her. I encouraged her to get back on track. And look, everybody else did too. We've got Elma, who Shakeology sort of had a hard time finishing my shakes. I don't know why. So I'm going to ask her, why do you find it hard to finish them? Because maybe she's making it wrong. Maybe it's the consistency's off. I want to make sure that I don't let that comment go underneath the radar. I want to make sure I help her get really good results. All right. So this is just some of the interaction that's happening in challenge groups. All right. So this is where I address, what do you do when people start to get quiet? How do you handle that? Right? So it happens. It happens. And I will be honest with you, there are times where I run a challenge group and it's like I am the only one posting, and that is very frustrating. But I will tell you, I have never stopped posting. I never stopped and said, okay, nobody's in here, so I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I always say to people like, okay, we're going to finish out this week and then we're going to move on. We're going to either recommit or we're going to part our own separate ways, right? But make it a habit to check in weekly with people. Get out your binder, keep a list of your current challengers, the people that are in your challenge groups, and every single week, either send them a text message, send them a private Facebook message, send them an email, and just find out how they're doing. How is their progress? How are they doing with their nutrition? How are they doing with the workouts? Do they have any questions for you? Is anything tripping them up? Because sometimes people go silent in the challenge group, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they've stopped working out, that they've stopped eating. They just may not like to post in a group. But the minute you reach out to them privately, they're like, oh yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm reading everything. I don't like to post on Facebook. And so, or they're like, no, I'm really struggling. And then you can help and assist them behind the scenes. Then you can encourage them to post and share their struggles in the group, because you know it's going to help somebody else along the way. So make it a habit. Pick a day, Thursday mornings. Maybe that's your day to check in with your challengers. Prep them for the week. See if there's anything that you can do to help keep them going. Sometimes you got to pull a plot twist. You got the 6-week challenge group guide, the 30-day guide. Sometimes you just have to say, I don't think this post is what my group needs right now. They need something awesome and funny. And so maybe we need to do, share your favorite workout motivational song that gets your blood pumping, right? Or give me a random fact about you that nobody else would know. Or do a daily challenge like the plank challenge or a water challenge, or a burpee challenge, something where you can win prizes and you can give away some little rewards like the performance line supplements or that sample pack that we all got last month. So if you find that people are not engaged, get them to do things like that. Get them to post things and tag you in it. Plank, plank in crazy places. I can't tell you how many people I've seen do that. The water challenge, right? Our goal is to drink half of our body weight in ounces of water per day. I want you, every time you finish a glass of water, I want you to post it. Whoever gets to the end of the day and drinks all their waters is going to win a prize. Another one. Another option, be a coach for the day. Maybe you assign, for an entire week, 7 different people to take the post of the day. They can come up with anything they want. They can challenge you as the leader. Anyway, if they want you to do 50 burpees, they can challenge you to do that for the day. If they want everybody to eat ice cream today, they can be the coach for the day, right? So give people the reins. And you never know, you might really see people there that you're like, wow, they really stepped up to the plate. They actually do a really good job at this. And then you play the role of the participant. Lastly, give prizes and points. So this is not something I do. I don't give prizes at the end of my challenge groups for people that complete it, but maybe you want to do a completion prize. So it's not necessarily the best results, but it's the person that starts the program, finishes the program, takes before and after pictures, and they have completed what they've needed to do. Maybe those are people you send a little t-shirt or, a little gift or the performance line or I don't know, anything. Those are people you reward for, excuse me. Those are people that you reward and you give prizes for a job well done. Or you can do something where you have a point system. So for everybody that checks in daily, you get 1 point. Everybody that posts a selfie of their daily workout, they get a point. Everybody that posts a picture of their Shakeology and tells their recipe daily, they get a point. And you keep track of everybody's points. At the end of 30 days, whoever has the most points wins a prize. So then you have accountability for checking in. You have a little contest where at the end of every week, you tally up the points. You say, okay, here's the rankings and the order of where people are at right now in the challenge group. Who's going to win? Who's going to win the prize at the end? Who's going to get the, bag of Shakeology or the bag of the performance line or whatever it is that you want to give away. So those are just a few things that you can do to help keep people engaged and involved in a challenge group. And I know that other people are going to share way more throughout the month. The other thing that I didn't put on the slide, but that I did, was a lot of my challengers were local. So I would do local get-togethers. At the end of a challenge group, we'd have a party. Everybody would come over, we would celebrate. I would make clean appetizers. They'd bring their kids and their spouses. And it was awesome because we talked, and I had coaches that signed up because of that. But it was sort of this community where we all got together, and it just, people that knew each other, that were working out on Facebook, they could put a physical face to the little Facebook image square of their profile picture, and it was really good team building. I took people to the grocery store. If they needed help with meal planning and grocery shopping, we'd go to the grocery store. They'd come over. I would help them with their meal plan. I'd walk them through my pantry. So going over and above and running effective challenge groups is going to, number one, help you identify the people that are just as passionate about this as you are. So those are going to be really great coaches. It's also, if those people have no interest in becoming a coach, they're going to be a great source of referrals. So people that go through your challenge groups, get good results, but don't want to coach themselves, they're going to refer people because they love what you did. They're just not interested in the business. So that is, really has been my way of getting people to see that what I'm doing is working. And I look at my challenge groups as credibility. I share at the end of 30 days. This was something I used to do all the time, is I would share on my personal page, congratulations to Sarah. She's lost 10 pounds in the first 30 days doing the 21-day fix. I'm so proud of her. Let's all give her a huge round of applause, virtual high five, hugs for just crushing it, for being bold and fearless and going for it. Or maybe you tally up everybody's points or tally up everybody's inches or pounds lost, and you say in the first 30 days, our group has lost 30 pounds and 50 inches, right? And you shout out and you tag everybody in the group. And then everybody that comments or likes that post that isn't a coach already, those are new contacts, people you can friend request, people you can start to form to get into your next challenge group you've got going on. All right? All right. Let's see, Erin, that's what I'm doing now. I've been giving away Jax bags. Yes, those Jax bags are awesome. You can get them on Groupon. I got mine super cheap and it's incredible. Alrighty, so last but not least, I don't want to hog up your entire evening, but I do want to open it up for a couple of questions. So if you have questions, now is the time to ask them. But here's the thing, guys. You know, before you sign off for the night, before I go into answering some questions, here's the bottom line. Challenge groups are a must. You know, nobody was good at challenge groups the first time they ran them. We all fumbled, we all kind of stunk maybe a little bit, but the only real true way you're going to improve yourself and your business is if you try. And you've got to stay focused, and you've got to focus on the people. They are not a Success Club point. They are real people that are looking to get real results, and it is our job to help them get there. So embrace challenge groups for the month of May and go out there and run great groups that are heartfelt, that are led with great intentions, and your goal is nothing else but to see other people succeed. All right, so that's your focus for the month of May. This is call 1 out of our 4-week series, and I hope this was helpful and gave you some great ideas. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm happy to answer them. All right, Leah, yes, I'm still using the challenge app, but I will tell you, I like the app, but I do love Facebook because I spend a lot of time on there. So I tend to revert back to that, but it's up to you. The Challenge Tracker app is awesome if you're mobile, if you want to keep it simple, and you have a lot of people that are not on Facebook, totally use the app. I think that's perfect. But I tend to attract people that use Facebook, so it tends to be a little easier for me. So yeah. Jamie, do most of your scripts for invites? Do most of you use scripts for invites or just chat naturally? Honestly, the best way to invite is to chat naturally. If you script everything out, people sense that and it feels scripted. So I get Roden and Fields or It Works consultants all the time asking me to join the business or try their products. And I can tell it's copied and pasted. They've sent it to everybody and I ignore it. I just ignore it. Yeah. I'm glad this was good, Leah. Perfect. Good. Kristen, awesome. Is there a way coaches can earn free samples of products to give away? So Jennifer, right now, like last month, if you hit Success Club, or I guess it was in March, you got the performance sampler pack. That was the free gift. But what I do is I don't ever give samples away. I charge people $5 for a packet of Shakeology. I buy a box, sell them off 3 or 4 packets at a time. That is how I make my money back. I find that when I give away free samples, people don't take it seriously. It goes in a drawer, they may never try it, and that's frustrating. All right, let me go back. I find it hard to ask ladies about joining me to be more fit. So John, health and fitness accountability group. Don't call it weight loss, but call it health and fitness accountability. And you're just there to be accountability partners, to share what's working for you guys at staying healthy and making better choices. You're going to share recipes that the whole family can make. So those are things you can. It's the way you phrase it. It's not you're telling people that they need to lose weight, but you're just saying I want to be accountable. So that's what I do. People ask me questions and talk to me. I ask questions, have a relationship. They ask me for my site when they go to it and they never order. So the other thing is, Julie, is like, okay, if you're developing a relationship with the person, are you giving them the direct link to the challenge pack and telling them what it is that they're getting? That they're getting the fitness program, the nutrition guide, the Shakeology, the food storage containers, and you're getting my support, and I am going to help you with X, Y, and Z. Once you place your order, please let me know. I'll make sure everything goes through okay. I'll get you added to the group. I'm so excited to have you here. This group is gonna rock, and I know it's gonna change your life. So you gotta be excited about it when you give them that, but then you gotta follow up. So if you don't see their order go through, send them a message 24 hours later. Hey, Marcy, I didn't see your order go through. I don't want you to miss the preseason. I wanna make sure it gets here in time. So let me know if you did place your order or if you have any questions at all, right? So you wanna follow up with people. All right, how soon do you start promoting your free group or challenge group? Guys, 2 weeks. You've got to give yourself 2 weeks to promote. If people don't participate, I do not remove them, no. Unless they ask to be removed, then I will remove people. No, I do not use a challenge group that includes selling packets of Shakeology. Nope, I don't. I don't, because then you're not really making Success Club points. You're not really getting the commission from it, so I wouldn't do that. I would save those as samples is what I would do. Yes, I do, Katie. I have people that are the same way, people that delete the app. I know it's not my fault, but I don't, and you can't. So Katie, that's the other thing. Like you say to people, okay, if you don't want to be on the app, what other way can I communicate with you? Would it be better for me to text you? Would it be better for me to email you? You try to find something that works, but honestly, some people want to just do it on their own and they don't want to be in a group, and that's okay too. So it's definitely not your fault. All right, happy I was able to connect. Thank you for the reminders. Good. Do you run free challenge groups often? Yes, I've been doing them once a month and they work great. So like next Monday will be my free group. Then the 16th will be my official challenge group. And honestly, you don't have to run a free group, but if you struggle to get new customers or customers at all, a free group is not a bad idea. It's a good teaser for people to see, okay, this is the awesome support that I'm gonna get if I join her challenge group. After you follow up and they do not respond, what's next? So if I follow up and I say, hey, Sarah, I've got one more spot left in my challenge group. I know you were planning to make your purchase. I haven't seen it go through yet. I just want to make sure it didn't get lost along the way. Please let me know. Either way, let me know by tonight at midnight, because otherwise I'm going to open up that spot for somebody else. So tell them you're going to give their spot away if you don't hear back from them, And so give them a deadline. Maybe you give them till tomorrow night. If I don't hear back from you by, May 3rd, Tuesday at midnight, I'm going to give it to the next person on the list. You might not have anybody on the list, but create your own sense of urgency. If the person still doesn't respond after that follow-up, I don't take them off the list. I just say no answer, and I just kind of let it go. And sometimes they just aren't ready. They just don't want to tell you that they're not ready yet, right? So that's sort of how I handle that situation. All right. Last question. Which groups have been most successful? Clean eating. I run different free groups. I've got a 7-day clean eating group. I've done an abs challenge. I'm going to do a booty challenge next week. I just sort of switch it up. I've done the crock pot one. That worked out really great. I just change it up every single month, and I kind of rotate between 3 or 4 of them is what I do. Last question. I am tired tonight, can you tell? Do you remind challengers about their HD? Yes, I do. I used to. I need to be better at that. I'm not so good at it now. But I do go when they order. So if somebody orders a challenge pack today, go to your calendar for like May 25th and set a reminder. Remind Erica, her Shakeology order is scheduled to ship on or about June 2nd. And I don't say if you want to cancel, I say if you want to change or adjust your order, this is where you would do it at. So yeah, just one reminder. I wouldn't send them any more than that. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. We are done for the night. Thank you for being a part of it. I really hope you guys found this helpful. And I will see you guys back here at 9 o'clock next Wednesday. Our job is to go out there and run effective challenge groups, put your customers first, do your 3 vital behaviors, and rock your business. Remember, go figure out what your main focus is and have an awesome night. All right, guys. See you later.